corporate is going crazy trying to destroy anime like they have for everything else in culture. Video games, comics, movies, they've all gone by the wayside. But the one thing they really haven't controlled just yet is anime. And as they've been making these pushes over the last few years to change translations, use localization tactics in order to insert woke messages into these shows, now they're going to be silencing the fans. They're silencing artists out there. It's absolutely crazy. There's a couple different things that CrunchyRoll did yesterday, and CrunchyRoll is the worst of the worst, which we're going to get into because this needs to stop, and there needs to be outrage about this. So we're going to cover it here. This is my news website, everybody, Fandom Pulse, and I'm going to put this article in the description below so you can check it out. And please sign up so that you get the breaking news from us because we, of course, put out the information that you really don't see anywhere else. And so I hope you'll join us and hope you'll support our good work here. My name's John Delarose, and I'm the editor-in-chief, and I am also a YouTuber here who appreciates you. So please join us and hit the like and subscribe button as well. And let's get into the news of what happened. So there's a couple big matters that happened at the exact same time. And actually one of them is getting buried while one's getting talked about by the media. And so we'll get into what's happening here first, which is coming from an artist and VTuber out there who are selling their art at Anime Expo. Now, if you guys are not familiar with the convention scene, I cover that a lot here on the channel. But artists really make conventions off of doing fan art of different things. Like if you go around convention halls, there's prints of Marvel and DC characters and movie characters, a lot of anime characters and things like that. And artists give sketches and the like as well. And so this is one out there, Kaozia, who I'm not familiar with, but who got hit at Anime Expo when CrunchyRoll actually showed up with a handwritten cease and desist letter as this person's trying to sell their wares at a convention. This is really, really sad. So Kaozia said, for artists who are selling fan art at Anime Expo, please be aware representatives for Viz Media are going around giving out copyright strike violations. I'm not sure if it's an exhibitor hall only at the moment, but I'm aware there are other small artists up here who aren't AA. Evangelion, Dragon Maid, Lucky Star fall under some of the properties that they're giving out strikes for. And so they have a whole document that they sent here. And Kaozia said, I was in a hurry to warn other artists when I made this tweet, so maybe the copyright strike isn't the perfect word to use here, but here is a cropped photo of the paper they handed in my booth. It says, Notice of Infringement Convention Violation. I've never seen this before. This is wild. It has come to our attention that you are offering to sell merchandise in a manner that appears to infringe upon our copyrights and trademarks owned by Viz Media or CrunchyRoll, the rights holders. This activity will be reported to Anime Expo staff per their request. Failure to cease this activity may result in your expulsion from the expo. Like I said, a lot of artists make their living by just doing this. This is something they do all the time. It's been happening forever, and now they're cracking down on it, really to crack down on the fan community is really what it comes down to. And this is a terrible move. The reason that anime is so popular is there is a rabid fan community. This is why, anime by itself got popular because of fan dubs and fan subs, people actually taking videos from Japan and doing their own work in order to bring it to the United States for people to watch these shows in English. It was really an amazing fan community effort. And the fan community is built up all around this for decades. And now, because it's corporate-owned and Crunchyroll is a subsidiary of Sony, and Sony's gone full censorship, trying to control everything because they're losing major control with things like PlayStation and their PlayStation Network. We've seen what's been happening there with Stellar Blade, with Helldivers, just terrible things. They're just lashing out in the only places they can, the last bastion of freedom of creativity, which is the manga and anime community here. It says, regarding unlicensed merchandise, if the merchandise in question embodies a work to which the rights holders have rights to, and if this merchandise was produced or sold without authorization of the rights holders, they may take action against you for copyright infringement. And that's it. Merchandise infringing marks or names. Rights holders may also take action against the distribution or display of merchandise bearing a trademark without authorization to which the rights holders have rights. That's just displaying it. So if you display like a Dragon Maid thing at your deal, you can get shut down at a convention for that. This is crazy. Included below is the list of merchandise you and your booth must cease selling. And it goes down to Lucky Star, Dragon Maid, jewelry, trinkets or lanyards, wallets, keychains, phone cases, and that was the deal. So this is nothing new for the former anime privacy website. Google searches bring up Reddit threads last year about similar notices to other booths, so this has been happening over the last year. In a warning to other artists, he posted the full notice. Some users on X remain skeptical of the validity of the actual document, with numerous errors leading people to believe it's just a troll. There are mistakes like haiku spelled without the extra explanation point, and Freerun spelled wrong, which rather than the whole title Beyond Journey's End. One user suggested that she ignore them. Nothing will come of the notice, but this is very, very scary stuff if you're trying to make your living off of these conventions, which a lot of these artists do. And of course, we'd like to support independent artists here on the channel. Now, the other thing that Sony did and CrunchyRoll did the other day was remove reviews on CrunchyRoll to, quote, reduce harmful content and, quote, prevent misinformation. This is something we're seeing more consistently. These companies are scared of reviews of these shows. It used to be like hey, you might like this if you'd like this. And that's how you'd kind of discover anime a lot of the time, or discover manga a lot of the time, is just by recommendations like that. You'd look and see if people, speak to you in their reviews and whether the show speaks to you or not. It's a very handy thing to have. They don't want that because, again, they want to control what gets popular and what doesn't. You shouldn't have a say as the fan. They want their stuff that they're pushing to be at the forefront, and they want you to no longer have a voice in what you think is good or bad. This is happening with Star Wars The Acolyte. We saw Rotten Tomatoes removing the audience score yesterday, and they put it back after fan backlash. We've seen Netflix remove their star rating system because they wanted to protect Amy Schumer when the fans didn't like that special. We've seen YouTube remove seeing the dislikes, right? So all of these sites have done this kind of thing, and Crunchyroll is the latest to try to censor fans here. So this is what they said when people asked about it on support. They said, I do apologize for the inconvenience. To maintain a safe, respectful, and high-quality environment for our community, we decided to remove all existing comments and disable our ability to comment on our platform, including comments on news articles. This change helps us reduce harmful content, prevent misinformation, and improve the overall user experience. You will. If you have further questions, need assistance, please let us know. My gosh, the corporate speak's absolutely out of control. How does it improve an experience for you not to be able to engage with the community? How does it improve an experience for you not to be able to give your feedback on a news article, feedback on an anime you like or not? All it does is lets them control the narrative more. So basically, at the end of the day, they're saying that fan opinion is harmful content, that fan opinion is misinformation, and that creates a, quote, bad user experience. They're shutting people down, they're shutting the fans down, and there's a nasty reason for this that's coming down the pipeline, and it's called diversity, equity, and inclusion. Again, we know this is coming through the localizations. We know that fans, of course, riot every time that something's mistranslated from Japanese in order to put a woke agenda. We know that Crunchyroll is very much prone towards doing this. And now we even know that corporate hedge funds like Blackstone are buying large manga producers in Japan in order to be content farms for their agenda. This just happened. I reported it on Fandom Pulse the other day as well. And we have a situation where Japanese manga and anime is getting invaded. It's a while back. I make a lot of articles. Let me grab it. And they have bought a company for over $1 billion, and they're saying that it's going to be something where they're going to produce more original content so they can monetize their intellectual properties. Now, with Blackstone involved, with Sony involved, and of course the localization controversies getting big on the internet because fans hate this kind of thing, you know exactly what's going on, and you know because the fans are revolting, they're trying to silence you because they know that if they let your voice get out, they're going to get destroyed and it's not going to go well for them. So Instead of just trying to produce good content that the fans like, these corporations double down on censorship every single time. That is exactly who they are. They hate you. They don't want you as their customers, and I think you should oblige them at this point. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Please sign up for Fandom Pulse. I'll put the original article on the convention censorship in the description below. Really appreciate you guys for being there.